Welcome to the ultimate Malta travel guide, where we'll share with you Malta's stunning beaches, rich history, and impressive walled cities. Whether you're a first-time traveler or a seasoned pro, this guide will give you all the tips and information you need to make your trip to Malta unforgettable. We'll cover everything, including the top sites to see in Malta, the costs, and how to take public transportation around the island so you can spend less time planning and more time exploring this amazing destination. But in addition to these travel tips, as a bonus, we'll share our thoughts on relocating to Malta, as this country is high on our list of places we could see ourselves living. So sit back, relax, and we'll share with you all things Malta, all in this episode of Lucas World Travel. Now, when you come to Malta, the best place to stay is the capital, Valletta, which is a great base for seeing a lot by foot and a great hub for using public transport as well. Now, our first stop in Malta is the Lower Baraka Gardens. This place is just footsteps from our accommodations, so it's a beautiful way to start our trip. Let's show you around.
So the first thing that I noticed as I got off the plane was the weather. It was warm, it was comfortable, I could take my coats off, take the jackets off, and this place is conducive to my vibe. So I love being in warm weather. The cold I can deal with, but it's not my favorite. But this is just gorgeous. And look at this day, plenty of sun. I'm used to that, I'm from Florida, so here we go. I'm excited already.
So from this garden, you can see great views of the harbor and all the many different walled cities that line the harbor. There's about half a dozen of them, so no shortage of beautiful views from this garden. And just across the street is the Siege Bell War Memorial, commemorating the soldiers of World War II. This is a beautiful monument with great views all around. Continuing our walk through Valletta, we stroll past the fountains of the Grand Master Palace courtyard before admiring the National Library. Now, is your National Library this pretty? Well, this is Malta's National Library, and it is gorgeous. Right by St. George's Square, worth a quick stop, and during office hours, you can even take a look inside. We can also highly recommend getting lunch and a dessert at Cafe Mdina, a historic cafe that was built way back in 1837. So this is the Maltese Fira, which is tuna, tomato, capers, olives, all on this special Maltese bread. Coming with chips, and David got his legendary veggie burger with fries. The sandwich is actually really flavorful, very salty with the olives and the capers and the tuna all together. Very great combination. I recommend it. But what Cafe Mdina is really known for is the desserts. And couldn't leave before I tried one. I chose the lemon meringue. Very good. All the right flavors you want. That tangy lemonade taste, the very soft sweet of the cream sauce, and the graham cracker crust is perfect. All three working together in beautiful harmony. With full bellies, it was even easier to see more of Valletta, including the ruins of the old opera house, the city walls, and Trident Fountain. So you also want to come outside the city walls to see the Trident Fountain, where you can see these three little mermen holding up a fountain, and just get a good idea of the city's gate. It's just like, I can't very well show it on camera because everything is so far away from each other, but you can see this lovely cathedral in the distance, and man, this place is just Just stunning, guys. You gotta check out Malta. The cathedral in the distance wound up being St. Publius Parish Church, but what was even more interesting was the square directly in front of it.
So you'll never guess what's inside of this thing right here. Actually, it's not just a big lump of clay. This is actually a granary. And so back in the day, when the city was sieged, they would have food stored for the people. This isn't the only one. There's about 76 of these things. And so there would be rooms underground full of food for the people in case they had to go into an emergency war situation.
And if you want to know even more interesting Valletta history, we highly recommend catching a free walking tour. Our tour was very informative, and we learned all the little nuances of the city that we probably would have missed otherwise. So this is Jean de Valletta. He's the guy that ordered the building of Valletta, so the town was named after him. He built Valletta as a fortified Christian stronghold, and you can see much of the military tradition in the Upper Baracca Gardens, where they still fire cannons every day. Now in Malta, they fire a cannon twice a day, at noon and at 4 p.m. And you can see all that excitement right here at the Upper Baracca Gardens. Also, if you want to get up close and personal with the cannon, for €3 you can go down and actually see up close and personal how they fill the cannon, the ritual they do every time they fire it, and you can actually feel the power of the canyon down there. It's crazy. Well worth the €3. But if watching things explode is not your thing, the views from this park are amazing and definitely worth seeing. Alright, so now we're about to head to St. John's Cathedral, which is actually one of the most expensive attractions here in Malta, a whopping €15. We're kind of anxiously going in, seeing if it's worth the price, and we'll let you know. Now this really was one of the most extravagant cathedrals that we've ever seen. It was built in the 1570s by the Knights of Malta, and each knight commissioned his own chapel to be his final resting place. And it seems like each of the knights were trying to outdo the next, making their chapel more extravagant than the other one. In the cathedral, you'll even see a masterpiece by Caravaggio, a renowned Italian painter. It really was something to see.
If you ever go to this one, you're going to love it.
So now we're going to go have lunch at Mdina, the artisan baker. Now this place has some nice artisan bread called Ferry that is unique to Malta. We're going to try it and show you what it's like. And if you're a meat eater, it's very common to try the rabbit dishes here. They have a lot of them. So try that if you want something unique here in Malta. And look, our food even came with a free appetizer. The herbs on this are very flavorful, very well done. So here we have the sheep cheese ravioli, which looks super tasty. So as you can see, it's filled with goat cheese. The sauce is very nice, very flavorful, and cheese is creamy and delicious. So this is the vegetarian Ferry.
So this is delicious, right? So it looks like a pizza, but it's not. It almost has like a sweet base to it. So it tastes really, really savory. Not like tomatoey or cheesy. It just tastes really savory, almost like a sweet taste to it. Very nice though, very good.
So altogether, that wound up being $28.40. So this morning, we're headed off to see the Blue Grotte. So it's about a 40-minute bus ride away from Valletta, and we're catching the number 74 bus there. We missed the 74 bus by 2 to 3 minutes. So now we have to wait an hour for the next one. But I think it'll be worth it. It's €1.50 per person. And bringing exact change is preferred. The first thing you want to do when you get off the bus is walk down to the Blue Grotto's viewpoint. That way you can get a bird's eye view of the grotto and then take the boat cruise a bit later on. So the boats are 500 meters down the hill from the viewpoint. So that's where we're heading next. And tickets are €8 per person. The guy says this is only a 10-minute wait, so not too bad. And it's a 25-minute boat ride. So let's see what the view's like.
Last time I sang, the sun won't shine till we meet again. Be waiting all these stormy nights, oh yeah. Stormy night, oh yeah. They found you on my way yet again. We must be meant for each other, girl, oh yeah. Baby, don't fight it.
If you want to see even more sights while you're in the area, you can walk 25 minutes north to see the Hagar Kim archaeological site.
So Hagar Kim was the man who did the studies on this site in 1839. So prior to 1839, only this wall of rocks, this exterior piece, was visible, after which the excavations took place over periods of time to reveal all that's left.
These megalithic temples date back to 3600 BC and are some of the most ancient religious sites on the planet. Hagar Kim really is a special place that inspires more questions than answers, but will definitely be an intriguing stop on your journey to Malta. In addition to a great bus system, you can also use Malta's ferries to get around. The ferry from Valletta to the three cities departs regularly every 30 minutes. So a return ferry ticket is $2.80 per person, so we paid $5.60 altogether. And you get a nice little cruise in the process. And after a short but beautiful 10-minute ride, you'll be able to explore the oldest neighborhoods in Malta. Now, naturally, you can come to the three cities by bus as well, but I highly recommend taking the ferry. That was the most beautiful way to get here for sure.
Yeah, I enjoyed the ferry coming over. It doesn't take long, but it's such a peaceful and cool ride. Plus you get these fantastic panoramic views. Mm-hmm. And you know, some places they vibe with you and other places they don't. This place vibes with me.
Mm-hmm. Now we started our three cities journey in Burgu, which was renamed Victoriosa after the city was victorious in the siege of 1565. So we walked by the cannons at the Maritime Museum before heading down to the impressive Fort St. Angelo.
When you come over to St. Angelo's fort, you get very beautiful views over here in this area for free. But if you go inside, you got to pay €10. Now for us, we'd much rather spend our time in the city, looking about the streets and seeing the city, than to see the fort. So we're going to just wander around.
So So if you walk all the way to the end, past St. Angelo Fort, you get to St. Angelo's Point, which has a very nice view of Valletta from across the water. So highly recommend taking those stroll all the way down the marina, all the way to this point. Lovely views. And to make sure we had enough energy to see the other two cities, we stopped for a little snack by the water. Now this is the thing, I'm a sucker for a cream-filled croissant, so when we passed by these, I had to try. So I got the vanilla-filled croissant and David got the chocolate-filled one. I got to the cream part. It's actually warm inside. It's so delicious. Next, we crossed over to Cospicula, seeing the Immaculate Conception Church, the Madonna statue, and all of the beautiful architecture that this neighborhood has to offer. Then we made it to the stunning city walls of Singlia, also known as L'Isla, or the island. Here we took a peek inside the Singlia Parish Church to see all of the beautiful sculptures. And then we walked all the way down to Guardiola Garden. Now, to be honest, this garden is not as impressive as the Baccarat gardens across the way, but the view is still lovely. It's worth coming for the view. So this is the thing. People can tell you all the time that things are beautiful and it's amazing, and you can't really believe it until you come see it for yourself. But everyone's right about Malta. It is that beautiful. It is that amazing.
It's so much to see. You don't know where to put your eyes. It just, everything captivates you. And on a good, clear, sunny day, you just don't know where to look. It's just so beautiful. We love it.
And our ferry ride back to Valletta was just as gorgeous as our ride coming, as we got to see Singlia's beauty from the sea. Now, another great town to explore is Mdina, which is situated in the center of the island. So to go to Mdina, you could either take bus 51 or 52 from the Bay C2. So we just got off the bus. It took about 45 minutes to get here by bus. But the first thing you're gonna know is the fantastic city walls of Mdina. So beautiful to see. So the first thing you're gonna see is this fantastic Baroque gate. So intricate, so lovely. So if you can believe it, we're actually gonna take one of these very touristy horse and carriage rides because he's gonna give us a tour as well. So let's see what that's like. Now, back in the day, Mdina used to be the capital of Malta. But once the capital was moved to the three cities, Mdina was so uninhabited that they started calling it the Silent City. Although this town is gorgeous, it only has 300 residents. So once the tourists leave for the day, it still lives up to its silent reputation. Some must-sees in Mdina are the cathedral, which has a lovely interior, and an interesting museum as well. So you want to come to Bastion Square to get a great view like this of the surrounding countryside, and you can even see as far as the sea and the cities that make up the coastline. Fontanella Tea Room is also a must for lunch. So to get a chair with a view, you will have to wait a bit. But if you just want to come in for tea or a snack, they have no waiting on the chairs downstairs. We had a great experience here with great views, flavorful food, and a delicious dessert. And it gets our highest recommendation. We also recommend a day trip to Gozo Island and the Blue Lagoon of Comino Island. This full day tour will have you explore the Blue Grottos of Gozo, the walled Citadella of Vittoria, and the turquoise blue water on Comino Island. And the best part is the tour is very affordable, starting at just $38 per person. You can check out this tour in the link in the description box below. So now I want to show you around our accommodations in Valletta. Now the best thing about this place is the location. We're so close to the sites, easy walking distance. So that's really what we like the most. But it's a studio. We have our living space right here. So we can sit, watch TV, do work. And we have an actual pretty comfy bed right here. There's a desk here that we never even used.
Never used desk.
And a kitchen. I did wind up making a couple meals here, so it came in handy.
It has a microwave and fridge.
And in here, it has a washing machine, so we were able to get some laundry done too. And last but not least is the bathroom, which is quite spacious for a bathroom. And it actually has a bidet and a little shower. Everything you need to get clean. So this place comes in at $68 per night. And really you're paying for the location because we're just footsteps away from the Lower Baraka Gardens and footsteps away from one of the war memorial right here. So we're in a prime location and I think it's worth the few extra dollars a night. So after a week in Malta, we can honestly say we love it here. It's been a beautiful adventure filled with beautiful blue seas, temples, and all these historic cities and buildings that are just awe-inspiring. So is Malta a place we would consider relocating to permanently? Absolutely. The energy here is really nice. It has a nice neutral and peaceful vibe that I really enjoy, and I could see myself really being able to unwind, relax, and be at peace here.
For me, it has all the scenic things I love. It has the seasonal effect where it gets a little cool, but it doesn't get freezing cold. I like that. I also like that it has so many lovely places that you can go and visit and just go to another island and have dinner. Or I love being near the sea, so being near the Mediterranean would just be awesome. Also, just living in an old city like this with so much history, it's wonderful. So for me, it checks off all the boxes. I just love it.
So on our very short list of countries we could live, we're adding Malta. So now our list is Thailand, Singapore, Austria, and Malta. Only 4 places in all the 37 countries we've been that we would consider living. Up next, we're heading to Portugal. So make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you can follow our journey there as well. Portugal is also one that's high on our list of places that have potential for us to live. So we're curious to see if we like the vibe there as well.
So after seeing the video and after seeing everything that we've showed you, let us know if you could live in Malta. If it's beautiful enough, does it have enough of the vibe that you might like to live in a place like this? For Kendra and I, we're looking all over the world, and we're going to put a pin in this place because it might just be the one. You might have to come visit us and see us here. If you want to visit us, you might have to come to Malta. We'll see.
And that was another thing. It's very common to immigrate to Malta. Most of the people that we've met here are immigrants from other places. So we would not be out of place in that respect if we decided to move here. And I kind of like that. We would fit right in. And if you want to see another beautiful island, check out our Santorini video. That'll be over here somewhere. All right, world travelers, that's our journey. Good luck in planning your own. See you next time. Bye.
Bye.